Okay, it does look like we are officially live. Hello everybody, welcome back to the Overwatch Oasis League. We are here completing week 11, tying up some loose ends, even though we're technically in week 12 right now. This is a tier 2 week, but there is still one more tier 3 game we have left to give you from that previous week. It is White Walkers versus Opps, possibly the game of the week. This game is for sole possession of second place in tier 3. So a lot on the line here. I am Mr. Gaming Kirby. Casting the game tonight is Red Hood Kitty.
Hello. Yeah, we had a lot of unfortunate events with this game last week, having a lot of games scheduled on the same day on Thursday. Just didn't have anyone to cast it really. And then yesterday, just the servers going down and having to scramble around. But here we are, finally actually being able to cast and watch this game. I'm kind of really excited about this.
Yeah, this game, I think, could be among the best games we see this season. Both of these teams red hot right now. White Walkers, after losing their first game, have won 4 straight. We the Opps have won 3 straight. They've been looking dominant lately. Both of these teams, they've gotten big wins over some good teams. I mean, this could really be anyone's game, but you do have to look because we the Opps are going to be without Disco tonight. We're not 100% sure why, but he sadly will not be able to make it. Their star support player, so Skillmatic and Decagoody will likely be the support duo for the night.
And they're coming out with a Moira and a Lucio. Actually, both sides are running the same support lines.
Yep, both of these teams do like to run a lot of Brawl, but Magic Man is the first to go down. Prophetic One, a new addition to this We the Opps team, is on the Echo, but not quite finding the value, and looks like We the Opps, they're gonna back up fully and allow White Walkers to get the first capture here on Mecha Base.
Oh, and Musketeer popping off a lot on that Zarya. Usually you see him on Reinhardt, but Richard the Hard's doing a really good job there. Deer's already
it's been interesting. For the first 4 weeks of the season, we were kind of seeing, Musketeer being the main tank and Richard kind of transitioning to off tank, but lately it's actually been the other way around. Here we go. Richard the Hard opening the teamfight by taking out Skillmatic. It's unfortunate because it was a good rotation here on the side of We the Opps, but Ziptail, the first one to build up the ult, it's the Coalescence, and it looks like that's just going to be too much for We the Opps to handle, so they're going to have to back up once again, and they lose another team fight.
Yeah, White Walkers only have to use that Coalescence, nothing else, and no ults yet built from the side of We the Opps.
So Prophetic One did swap to the McCree. Hopefully they'll try and put some pressure on this long-range hit scan that Psycho Zordon is playing. We the Opps looking to take a similar rotation. They're going to have to be careful of Gleam. Drop down, and now Skillmatic is going to go with the Coalescence, but a nice shatter from Richard, and they're going to combo that with Attack Visor. Magic Man is going to use the Tire, only going to get one, and will get melted down by Musketeer, so not the greatest use of that ult, and we're kind of approaching one team fight territory here as We the Opps have struggled to even really make it to point right now.
Looks like they're taking a bottom rotation this time, but White Walkers already know and they're heading that way.
And it's a great Graviton Surge from Musketeer, and Magic Man is already down. The Fire Strike from Richard also going to take out Super Ninja. It is a good shatter from Buttweiser, so maybe turnable. Prophetic One able to take out one, but building up that Death Blossom. Ziptail gets another Coalescence to just add to that. Gleam with some tactical crouching, and that will be Mecha Base going to the side of White Walkers, 100-0.
Yeah, it seemed like We the Opps just were taking a bit too much on those rotations, and by the time they decided where to go, White Walkers were already there to meet them. And like the first fight, they just didn't need to use that many ults to just win those fights. At the end, they could just dump them all. Oh, and we might be seeing a Mercy Zen on the side of White Walkers.
Yeah, a bit like a double birds comp here. Ziptail probably gonna pocket that Mercy. They could have used the Zen Harmony Orb to keep Gleam alive, but it looks like they're gonna kind of go with more of a half rush comp actually here. Whereas WeTheOps gonna remain relatively the same. The only difference, Goody now going to be on the Mercy, adding some extra healing to this comp. So now this time WeTheOps are the first one onto the point, and despite not having the Lucio, now Richard going to try and pin in, but is incredibly low, has to back up. Psycho Zordon already in the back lines. Charles goes down. We do see White Walkers on the point right now, and Psycho Zordon able to get 2 right off the bat. It's a 4v4 on point. Goody able to get the res, but will go down to Psycho Zordon. He's got 3 kills in this fight, but will finally go down to Buttweiser, as this time WeTheOps are able to take the first capture here.
Oh no, Ziptail.
Stagger Ziptail.
Also, I think that's a glitch still, Cat, on Twitch. That's title still says Katie versus Pizza Planet Deep Dish. Unfortunately, I can't do anything about it.
I wish we could fix that. I know it's really unfortunate, but oh well. Magic Man now on the Soldier does get taken down by Bleem, but Prophetic One gets the trade, able to get back to the team. Get healing. Super Ninja has that. Oh no! Has the Discord Orb, and Super Ninja is gonna leave the game. That is incredibly unfortunate, and Bleem getting res. This team fight already looking in favor of White Walkers, although we do see Psycho Zordon very low health right now, so maybe an opening now that Magic Man has gotten rezzed.
Yeah, he was kind of standing still for a second, thinking like, oh no, he's not gonna... A brand new PS4 and this happens.
Yeah, Super Ninja was kind of on a little bit of a hiatus because his PlayStation had some overheating issues. He wasn't able to play in that game against Diving Phoenix, but Venzi came in, played really well, and they were able to scrape out that win. They almost got reverse swept by Diving Phoenix, but a gutsy performance on this very map, Busan. So we'll have to see. Obviously, Super Ninja, we all know him as previously one of the best DPS players. Now he's one of the best off-tank players in Tier 3. He continues to play incredibly well. It is unfortunate with his DC. He did lose a lot of ult charge. I think he was getting very close to that grab, and that actually could have helped them win that team fight. So, we'll get the readies from these two teams.
Okay.
Make sure
there we go.
Back in and. So,
yeah, Super just isn't allowed to play Overwatch anymore.
About to be a 5v6. Oh, Prophetic One was in the process of falling off the edge. Psycho Zordon getting the healing, not low anymore. Gonna use the barrage, gets 4
just
kills,
a 4K.
just like that. Excellent job by Psycho Zordon, and unfortunate for WeTheOps, but they were able to get 43% on the board, and they are getting close to several ults. Magic Man gonna swap to the Sombra.
Yeah, we do see White Walkers running this, guess more fun tank line with the ball and the Zarya. I know Richard is a really good ball player.
I was kind of confused as to why they weren't committing more to a dive comp. They kind of stayed on the brawl, but half dive with the DPS. So here we go, another team fight. Bleem gonna duplicate the Zarya, his signature hero. We might have to say it maybe Echo's ineligible for these tier 2 players to play, but Buttweiser finding the pick onto Musketeer. Psycho Zordon does get the trade, however. Goody with the nice res though. Able to get away. Ziptail is going to get the res off, and actually White Walkers might be turning this around. Buttweiser not going to get a shatter off. He was actually up on the ledge. Psycho Zordon did go down. Prophetic One going to try and turn this around, but only gets 1 with the Deadeye Charles able to take him out, and that fight could have gone either way. WeTheOps did have a chance there, but weren't able to capitalize.
And Psycho Zordon already has another barrage here, and I actually didn't see Charles switch up to Zen. He almost has Transcendence. Prophetic One does switch up to a Soldier now, and Super Ninja onto a Diva. You
see a lot of, I mean, just tough for WeTheOps because they did use a few ults to try and turn that team fight around, and now White Walkers have the ult advantage again, but that very good eat by Super Ninja onto Psycho Zordon's barrage. Ooh, but Ziptail gets the sneaky res onto Psycho Zordon. Prophetic One gets res too. Picks are going back and forth. Final team fight here for We the Opps. We do see Super Ninja able to touch for now. Prophetic One gonna try and get the picks. Magic Man has the EMP ready. Only gets the Mercy. And here comes Charles coming in with the Hail Mary Transcendence. Gets back in time. Prophetic One accidentally kills himself. And it's looking like this first map is going to go to White Walkers, and it will. Buttweiser not able to touch. And so there we go. An actually pretty fairly one-sided affair here on Busan, actually, as White Walkers only really losing one team fight. That was the first one on that city center. Unfortunate that we saw Super Ninja disconnect there. That was, I mean, you don't know. Like I said, he was very close to the to the
grab.
Graviton Surge. Yeah, could have maybe helped keep that point in favor of We the Opps, but you know, it's kind of a part of the game. You gotta come back from that, and they weren't able to. So I will say, we have seen We the Opps, they have struggled at times on these control maps. They dropped the first one against Valhalla in their game. They ended up losing map 5 against I Need Healing. I think they actually lost both the first and the final map, so both controls. And they even lost control against Zenshin Tactics in their 3-1 win. So they definitely have continued to look really strong on these payload type maps, especially Hybrid and Escort, and they've even been pretty solid on 2CP.
Yeah, we'll just have to wait and see. Hopefully, with the Opps, with who they have here, they can make it work. Maybe make some moves here or there. I know they're kind of tight with Ninja not being able to play any role, but tank, prophetic, I think he can play support as well. Maybe I do believe. Yeah, but not being able to play support, so we'll just have to wait and see. Or if they keep it the same way, maybe just switch up what they play right now. And of course, Charles being the troll he is in match chat, asking me to come in to play with him. Oh, thank you. Whoever's trying to do the score box. Oh, you got it, Kirby.
Yeah.
Oh, no swaps from the Opps. They're keeping it the same. They already gave us their ready as well. I do think they might bring in Pog here maybe for White Walkers, since he is a good hit scam player. I know he doesn't really like playing Widow, but his Widow is just really deadly if you ever do see it. Or even Kron.
Yeah, quite a few.
Ah, I called it. Look at that. Pog and Kron.
Yeah, sadly for We the Opps, no one else here as of right now. They did say that IQ Simple and Fenzi might be here, so we'll see. Maybe those reinforcements could help them get back in the series. So White Walkers making a couple swaps here. Pog coming in, probably gonna play more of that hit scan role, and Ron Goblin probably just gonna kind of play around what Ziptail plays. Ziptail,
I think I have seen
one of the more
Kron play more Moira than anything.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if maybe we see them start to run Moira Mercy comps with Ziptail on the Mercy, maybe Brawl Rush comps with Moira Lucio. That could be what we see here, or even Moira Bap. You can combo a lot of healers
with the Moira, yeah.
So
I think basically all of them, but
the
better
only
probably
one I'd
running.
argue that you can't is Zen and maybe Ana, just because of they're more. You want to play those more at range, whereas with Moira you kind of want to play more of that brawly style. So it makes sense with the Lucio and the Brig and even the Mercy, and even Bap you can kind of play into brawl comps as well. But Zen and Ana kind of want to save those more for the dive, more for bunker comps, you know.
Well, I mean, if anything, if they run a Moira Zen on attack, and you can run a Moira Ana on defense, only because the Ana being really far back and Moira just being more up front with the tanks. And it's a lot of healing, especially, and even more with the Coalescence and Nano. You can have a lot of utility out of it.
Yeah, definitely. The only thing in that case, though, is that you would be really afraid that the Ana or Zen, if they're playing with the Moira, could get very easily dived. So in that situation, you would probably need to make sure you have like some sort of like an Ashe or a McCree, someone who can peel for the healers. But if you're getting two ranged characters, now you're almost like it's barely a brawl at that point anymore.
Yeah, you're right. Alright, well, we did get both readies, and let's go right into Blizzard World. For anybody joining in, our score is currently at 1-0 White Walkers.
Initiating match.
And Kat saying how she's scared of Bleem and Kron. Bleem has been like not being able to play tank or support in tier 3. Like, he's been doing a lot of work on DPS as Ashe, Echo, Torb, even I think he's played Bastion a little bit too. Reaper, like he's been giving us a really huge hero pool, and he's been doing it really nicely.
It's been kind of interesting, you know, that White Walkers, they didn't look like their dominant selves early. They didn't look like the defending champs that they were last year. And I think maybe some of that was Bleem still trying to get comfortable with the team on his own role, and most of these players kind of being on new roles. Musketeer obviously a support last season, Charles mainly tank, now on support. So a lot of changes for this team, but they're seeming like they're getting it together because they're a big 4-game win streak. And they're right there with the top teams in the league. In fact, I reckon if they were to play Stardust Crusaders again, and they did play earlier and it was already close, it would be even closer the second time.
Yeah, because we just have to wait and see whenever playoffs comes around, if they make it in.
So we are going to see Dekaguri back on the Lucio, so the Opps kind of continuing to run the brawl comp. They are going to have to figure out a way to crack this kind of double shield bunker that we see from White Walkers, a comp that they like to run a lot as well. But Weiser going to drop to the low ground right now, trying to get a lot of the shield break. Prophetic One is already down. That is an unfortunate pick. And it looks like, yeah, with Magic Man going down too, we're going to see the Opps back up once again.
Now we do see the swap. Prophetic One going on to the Ashe now. Bleem already has his ult up. Nobody really on the side of... Only Skillmatic already has the amplification matrix.
We'll have to see which team wants to initiate with which ult first. Richard and Musketeer getting close to their ults as well. We Opps kind of looking for, yes, they are going to get the Mercies to pocket the Ashe. I actually do like this match, the Ashe pockets, because I believe Pog is also getting heavily pocketed right now. So the Opps taking a similar rotation. Prophetic One actually kind of staying down main, trying to find those angles around the shields. The Opps gonna drop down again, but Budweiser's shield already down. Good accretion from Super Ninja onto Musketeer. Musketeer's incredibly low. Does get some healing, and now the ults are coming out, both tank ults on the side of White Walkers being popped, and that will just be that, the cleanup already there from the damage of the Gravitic Flux. Bleem even getting the kill onto Deca Goody. Only Super Ninja.
He's gonna get really staggered. Oh.
Yeah.
And teabagged by Bleem. Okay.
And a solidly cost-efficient fight, only needing to use those 2 ults. You know, and that is smart usage too, you know, using the supercharger early to get a lot of players low, and then Musketeer just finish them off with the Gravitic Flux. Yo, Musketeer actually maybe in a little bit of trouble, but Budweiser trying to go after him. The Shatter isn't gonna get anything, went right into Musketeer's shield, and now Bleem switching to the Reinhardt. This is not good, already has the Shatter, and another team fight quickly ended by White Walkers, and another fairly cost-effective fight. They did use both support ults though.
I'm sorry, it's just Bleem. Every 5 seconds, I just see him teabagging everything. And even more is Reinhardt, he's just there. Alright, well we do see Williams are coming in with both DPS ult, and they still have the window. Also Ninja will be coming up with the Flux as well. And White Walkers only have the Ash ult and Supercharger soon, so we have the very
accretion to get Musketeer off of the high ground from Super Ninja. But now he's able to get back to the team. Both teams still relatively healthy, and now here comes Prophetic One throwing in Bob. Luckily, getting saved from going too far by the light post. Pog using his Bob too, so the picks are going back and forth. Pog's Bob does go down to Prophetic One's Bob, but Bleem getting the picks, and now Super Ninja forced to use the Gravitic Flux, but only finds one. It's just him on point, and he's incredibly low. Bleem getting the picks, and I think that's gonna be the full hold coming from White Walkers. Another great fight once again. You gotta shout out Kron Goblin's Immortality Field there as Magic Man was using his tire. That was incredibly clutch by Kron Goblin.
Initiating match.
I think here, what is it, that if they do full hold, White Walkers is just a tie?
Yeah,
and White Walkers only need one tick.
We the Opps can hope for here is getting the tie, so White Walkers trying to make a statement here, you know. We're still the 2nd best team in the league, and you know, you gotta play better to challenge us, and we'll have to see. We're gonna go possibly Orion Diva here on attack. Let's see. Obviously, attackers picks right off the bat aren't one to look at. We're gonna see the bunker also coming out from We the Opps. In fact, it's basically a mirror comp to what White Walkers had. The only difference, Magic Man gonna stay on that Junkrat instead of having the Ash.
5, 4, 3,
And we do see Ninja here on the
1. Attackers
on Orisa. I don't really ever see him on Orisa.
objective
Yeah, interesting. Typically, he's the one playing Sigma instead of Budweiser, so we'll have to see how this goes. Obviously, we know his tracking is very good, so that won't be the question. Now here we go, White Walkers going up to the high ground, just like we the Opps are doing. But it looks like they're gonna take the long rotation, go all the way around, try and get to the back line. They're still trying to decide of which entrance to go, and yes, they are going to go all the way back to the streets phase to make this rotation. Budweiser already incredibly low, and Bleem trying to take an off angle, able to use the focusing beam and take out Magic Man. And this just is not looking good for We the Opps. Both of these tanks taking so much damage. Skillmatic is back, but Prophetic One goes down. Skillmatic throwing the Immortality Field to keep his team alive, but it is just not gonna matter. Deca Goody the only one on point, and another fairly convincing map here, as we do see Magic Man able to touch for a second. But no, it will be White Walkers getting another map win and getting the 2-0 lead here against We the Opps.
And of course, Bleem with that. I think when he copied the Ryan. Yep. Oh dear God! One pin, and he built an ult.
Still people to take out. Still took the time to tactical crouch. You know, it is kind of an interesting conversation to have, and I'm not suggesting that we do put this rule in, but like when Bleem plays Echo and they're able to swap to Zarya, you're
Reinhardt.
actually getting like a very high, almost like mid-diamond level Zarya on the field. I don't think it would be possible. The only way you could possibly regulate that would be to ban Echo entirely, and that's not fair to the people who aren't diamond and other roles, you know, so just unfortunate. But, you know, Bleem picking up a hero that might give this White Walkers team a possible edge, which maybe they have been lacking a little bit since, you know, players like young Drogon and obviously Bleem's tank, Cloud Lemon, Musketeer and support, all those players kind of were some of their carries back in their championship run in Season 4, so...
Yeah, I mean, even, and being able to build ults like that I think it was just one team fight and Bleem already had Echo copy up. For him to put all those hours and all that time into it, it's just, it shows, like I said, that he's really fitting into that role now. Oh, I did the wrong thing. Let's move. There we go. Oh, looks like we're seeing Reflex come in on tank now instead of Endear coming out, Psycho coming back in for Bleem, and Charles and Chicky. So they'll definitely have a Mercy there. Just swapping out one Mercy player for another. And I know Charles on that Lucio's always been... I'll see them speed boost through the whole choke. And still running that 58 lineups. They're not backing down here at all, White Walkers. Well, Nation, I think right now White Walkers are more... They're not really teabagging. They've had this game rescheduled a couple times. They might be a little, like, angsty, just wanting to get it over with. Move on to the next round. I know them. They don't teabag because they don't like these people. They just do it for the giggles sometimes.
I mean,
I know Charles
fair,
and Bleem. They like to do it for the giggles. They like to do it for the memes.
But at the same time, there is a legit tactical advantage to it. It, you know, can cause the other team to get tilted, which that's kind of what you want as the other team, because when you're tilted, you make less rash decisions. You kind of start going on your own, you know, like there's a reason that they don't ban it in Overwatch League, because it is a legit thing that you can use to get an edge over your opponent.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you're right. I know if I get teabagged, though, I kind of start focusing that person a little bit more, just because if I get the kill on them, I get to teabag them. But let's hope that we the Alps aren't getting tilted in any way by these friendly teabags from Bleem.
Yep, we are on Volskaya here, and this time The Ops gonna start on the defense. Maybe they can get themselves a good defense. They'll gain back some confidence and possibly have a good attack and give themselves some momentum. They have completed a reverse sweep this season. That was against Valhalla back in week 5, I believe. It was their third game. So certainly they are very... They're known to come back after being down. And I want to say, I think they almost got the reverse sweep. No, never mind. I was going to say, I think they almost got the reverse sweep against I Need Healing. They still lost, but no, it wasn't a reverse sweep. They won map 2. So, here we go. The Sim Bastion comp. Originally patented by the White Walkers themselves. I think after they see this, they will almost certainly play it on their defense as well.
Oh yeah. And for We the Opps to be set up all the way in on point rather than on choke, and Prophetic already getting one.
That's a great start to this team fight. No res will be available as Charles and Yusuf Chiki running the Lucio Moira. You do see the teleport back to the other high ground, as it does look like they see that White Walkers are gonna rotate beneath them. These rotations here from White Walkers, they're playing smart. They're trying to take the off angles, so now we see another teleport. And another one here from Prophetic One, trying to find those angles.
Charles?
And now Charles, trying to be the one going aggressive, has to be careful. Actually does force out Immortality Field here, so that's not a bad thing. And look at this from downtown. Richard taking out Magic Man and Pog taking out Prophetic One too. And I don't know if Deca will be able to get either of those reses. They're in too risky of spots. But Weiser now in the middle of the point has to be careful getting as much healing as he can from this Mercy. But Psycho Zordon on the Sim, able to use that huge beam, and that is the textbook definition of how to take down a Sim Bastion comp. That was beautiful from White Walkers.
Objective lost. New defense point. Objective B.
Yes, we gotta remember that Psycho Zordon is a Sim main, so he knows how to deal with it here.
So now here we go. Look at this. White Walker's gonna take the platforms across, but it did look like a couple players did fall. So now here we go. Pog is gonna use the duplicate onto the Sigma here. In response, Prophetic One gonna use the tank configuration from the high ground, try and get these picks, but not really get anything so far. And AK Pog gonna use the Gravitic Flux, but does go out of the duplicate. Here comes the Photon Barrier from Psycho Zordon, trying to throw in those turrets for Prophetic One, getting the opening team fight. Magic Man also using the Photon Barrier to protect Prophetic One. Super Ninja also gonna use the Gravitic Flux, maybe a little bit of overkill here. It looked like they were gonna win the fight anyway. Psycho Zordon, really the only one here, as well as Yusuf Chiki gonna be able to fade away Pog down. So there is the stabilization from the Opps. Both teams did use quite a bit of ults there, so let's see. It might be a little bit before we see the point B capture from White Walkers, if they're able to even get it, or if we see the Opps able to finish the hold.
We do see that Reflex here is coming up the grab, and We the Opps initiate with the window here?
Yeah, a little bit early there from Skillmatic. I do like the reasoning, you know, you want to use Amplification Matrix early, but typically you would want them to make sure they're in the choke so that you can at least get that damage off and force a more legit retreat rather than just the kind of backing off a choke. So here we go. Richard actually going to the high ground, maybe looking for a ping kill. Magic Man doesn't know, gets fire struck, is gonna have to be careful. Will get the healing from Skillmatic, but Charles right on his tail. Skillmatic gonna have to be careful. Richard not getting that pin either, but is able to take out Skillmatic anyway. Deca Goody is able to get that res, and Prophetic One finds one, but the picks are going in favor of White Walkers. Psycho Zordon with this beam just doing too much work. Skillmatic trying to keep Super Ninja alive for as long as he can. Super Ninja is going to use the Gravitic Flux, but beamed down by Pog and Psycho Zordon. This White Walkers team running triple beam right now. It's just not fair. Pog getting Deca Goody, and now Buttweiser gonna try and stall for as long as they can, but Pog says,
oh, there's three
no,
balls.
I can do this as well. 3 balls on the point. This is unprecedented here. Skillmatic coming back as the Lucio gonna try and contest for as long as he can, but gets melted down by a Sim turret. Now the duplicated mines are on the point. I actually did not know they stick around for a little bit after the duplicate wears off. Magic Man back on the Sim.
Oh, and Butt's barely able to touch. They're at 97.4 already.
It's not looking good though. The turrets continue to melt Buttweiser down, and he is down, and that will be a 2-minute and 7-second time bank for White Walkers as they do get the capture on both.
Score 0-2. Switching sides.
I mean, we the Opps were able to take off almost 2 whole minutes.
Initiating.
White Walkers coming in with almost 4 minutes for that last push. Bulky ball, we need to calm down with the amount of balls on point. No, they needed one more. They needed Prophetic One to also be an echo and also copy a ball. Could have had 4 balls.
I would honestly love to see that. Like not even just with Wrecking Ball, like just
Ready.
4
a
of 1
time
hero.
when, well, yeah, 4 of 1 hero. I'm sure.
4
obviously
Reinhardts. That would be
it's
the
happened.
best thing, honestly.
It's happened plenty of times, I'm sure, just in random ranked games, but I don't know if I've seen it
Attackers incoming
in
in 30 seconds.
Overwatch Oasis. Might have happened in the Overwatch League, actually, when Echo was meta. They typically kind of really only duplicate the tanks, because that is typically the best thing you want to duplicate, as you get all that health. And a lot of the tank ultimates are pretty easy to build up, especially that Rhine, and the thing with Rhine is you can build up multiple, whereas most of the other alts you can really only build up one.
Attackers incoming.
So now here we go, Prophetic One gonna stay. Actually, Prophetic One is gonna go to the Sim this time. Magic Man gonna be on the Reaper, so Opps looking for a teleport strat, going back to their more comfortable brawl, and they are teleporting to the high ground. Reflex is quickly gonna meet them up there, but Prophetic One able to take out AKA Pog. That will get rezzed by US of Chicky, but Psycho Zordon going down as well, so no res will be available for the Sim. AKA Pog up here on the high ground, but does go down, so this is looking like a great team fight for We The Opps. They're able to get Reflex out of Mech 2, 2 ticks already. We do see a pin from Richard, who is able to build up the Shatter already, but it's not going to get anything, and wow, that's about as fast as you can take point A in this game.
6 minutes? I don't think I've ever seen that. 6 actual minutes.
I've definitely seen it a couple times. It definitely happens a lot on Temple of Anubis, because you can kind of have those weird snowballs, but another teleport here, but Richard able to get the better of Buttweiser. Pog also getting the headshot onto Deca Goody. This team fight is 100% over. Magic Man just going to try and build up that Death Blossom. He does, but does go down to AKA Reflex, so...
And does bring out the res from us of Chicky. I'm sure they'll have it built, they'll have it back up again by next team fight.
So this next team fight might be the big one coming up. Gonna be a massive triangle party. Almost all of the alts available for We The Opps, and almost all of them for White Walkers as well. They could even still build up the Shatter if the fight goes up long enough.
We'll see where Prophetic One chooses to put up the teleporter.
And they are using the Photon Barrier to help them. That Bob is actually not in the most advantageous of positions. The support alts are being stacked. Immortality Field was out from Charles, but he uses the Amplification Matrix as well. That just is too much damage to handle. And Magic Man using the Death Blossom, it only takes out one. He's the only one left on point. Maybe he's going to swap here, so it's just gonna use the Death Blossom just to see what he can get. So interesting, they are actually gonna stick to the Reaper, but Prophetic One is gonna switch to the Reaper, and they're gonna have Junkrat, have Magic Man go back to his main and Junkrat. So now, both of these teams have the tank ultimates available. Let's see. AK Reflex could get a huge lead that could help them win another fight, or maybe they won't even get the because there's the shatter, but a nice counter shatter from Buttweiser. Good pick though here from Charles, taking out Skillmatic right off the bat, and Super Ninja is going to use the grab, but he gets taken down. The Diva Bomb isn't going to get anything, but it does look like White Walkers are going to be able to win another team fight, so that's 2 costly fights on the side of the Opps, and nothing to show for it.
I think Reef is gonna jinx himself with that clip in the beginning of Mass Chat of him not being able to eat the grab with a Sigma. Just kind of jinxed him there. He couldn't eat it as Diva either.
That is true. That is true.
I mean, I gotta give. It's kind of hard to eat grab sometimes, especially if you throw them at a different angle.
So now here we go. We the Opps up on the high ground now, trying to find that rotation with this more brawly comp. Prophetic One is on the McCree now. Buttweiser gonna take out his counterpart, but Charles building up another amplification matrix that's gonna force We the Opps to play this fight patiently. They're kind of sitting here on the off angles, but Super Ninja goes down. Charles 17.
Oh no.
Wow, getting so many great picks. Richard gonna try and pin, does fall off the map, but it does look like no matter what, We the Opps are gonna back up, and that will almost certainly guarantee a superior time bank for White Walkers here.
Yeah, it looks like here. Oh, and Magic and who is that over there? Deca as well? Skillmatic.
Oh, Skillmatic.
Get caught out.
Both of them. That's a brutal stagger. Gonna force We the Opps to wait around for probably another 20 seconds as White Walkers get to continue to poke, and they're getting close to 5 ultimates. This is not the position you want to be in if you're We the Opps. But they have several ults coming online themselves, including Magic Man's Tire. That could be the opener they need. There we go. They're actually going to initiate with the sound barrier, but here comes Bob coming out from Pog. Both of the support ults being committed by We the Opps, but Psycho Zordon is the first to fall. Can USOCHIKI get that res? But Weiser gets taken out before he can use the shatter. And now here's Magic Man's Tire. It only gets 1. The team fight is still incredibly up for grabs, but the defender spawn advantage might be too much for We the Opps to handle. Magic Man able to survive for now, and Skillmatic gets the pick onto Psycho Zordon. Super Ninja is here trying to beam down these squishies. Here comes the Diva Bomb. It takes out Magic Man. That's unfortunate, and Super Ninja also going down. And it does look like this is going to be another team fight victory for White Walkers, as Buttweiser is able to get 1. Prophetic One also takes out aka Pog, but here we go. Only 1 minute left. No ticks on the board for We the Opps, and this is for the series. They are going to need to capture point B before overtime, or they're gonna have to take the loss, as there will be no way for them to win this map.
Yeah, I think here they just never, they haven't gotten anything really to counter the sim or even get the turrets.
So now here we go, another rotation here from We the Opps. They're going to the defender's right side, but Charles 17 throwing another amplification matrix, and there's the shatter. It actually doesn't get anything. I think Super Ninja blocked that with the bubble. Prophetic One only getting 1 with the Deadeye. That might just not be enough, and USOCHIKI getting the nice res. Magic Man trying to find the picks. The grab from Super Ninja not going to be able to be followed up upon. Pog building up another Bob, and this is looking like it's going to be it. 6 minutes were on the clock. We the Opps, but White Walkers, they hold strong there. Get the series victory. 3-0. We will obviously play that 4th map, however, but for the moment, White Walkers have won their 5th straight game and will get sole possession of 2nd place now. They're the only team that is 5-1. Obviously, Stardust Crusaders still undefeated at 6-0. Otherwise, everyone else is 4-2 and below.
Yeah, the series does go here to White Walkers, but if we can take one map off of them, that's saying something. Especially with how amazing White Walkers have been playing this match and recently honestly.
And it is interesting for We the Opps here. They do not have a particularly great map differential. In fact, I don't think they have a single 4-0 on the season. They've lost a map in every single game so far. So their map differential could take a huge hit if they're not able to take Watchpoint Gibraltar. It's going to be actually a pretty big thing if they're able to walk away only losing 2 maps, or, you know, down 2 maps in the map.
Oop. You're cutting out a little bit, Kirby. Kirby, you good?
Am I better? Hello?
Yeah, you were cutting out just a little bit. Yeah.
Might have been a lag spike, honestly.
Yeah, that's what it sounded like. You're good now. Prophetic butt through. I mean, Butt honestly isn't throwing. He's just. I think how I was watching his last game too. That he likes to be very very aggressive and not hold his shield up when he might need to, especially for his team. Because there was one shatter that I think Richard had that he blocked kind of melee for himself, and the rest of his team just kind of got shattered. And the only reason why they didn't die instantaneously was because Butt counter shattered. But other than that, I think, like, I don't know, maybe just them not having, like, you would think not having Disco wouldn't be such a crucial part. Or even, I think, even Fancy not being here. Fancy was playing really good in their last game with the Opps.
It's tough though with Fenzi because you wonder how much playing time they're gonna truly get, because we the Opps have basically been running with Buttweiser Super Ninja this entire time. The only thing Fenzi came in for is because Super Ninja wasn't available against Diving Phoenix. I want to say they picked up Fenzi more to play DPS.
Yeah, because Fancy was doing a really. That's whenever they got I think their last game he got like a 3K with Deadeye, and then he got like an extra kill after that, if I remember correctly. And then even then they were doing a really good job as well on tank. But like I don't know, maybe at this point, as good as Butt has been doing, you might even want to try like seeing how Fancy and Super Ninja work together, or even like try different combinations out. Sometimes what you think might not work could be, you know, the game changer.
And back to that conversation about Disco not being here, I mean, he really has been one of the best supports. We touched on this earlier in the show, but I mean, he has been nothing short of spectacular. He's always been a great player, but now that he's kind of really solidified himself in the roster, he's kind of been in and out, kind of all over the place with We the Opps in terms of availability. But he's played in pretty much every single game so far this season, and he has been a huge difference maker. So definitely, obviously White Walker's playing a great game, and I don't want to say this is an asterisk victory, but if we see this game in the playoffs and this goes back, you know, that's in my opinion, that's a clean slate. I mean,
Right.
it is interesting. You know, it was actually Super Ninja, the one I wasn't sure if they were going to be able to play.
Arriving at watch point.
And I predicted that if Super Ninja was able to play, that We the Opps would get the 3-2 victory. I will say that was also implying that Disco was going to play, so
Yeah, it's just,
those are kind of the two best players here for We the Opps, and if you're down one, that certainly is not ideal.
Especially somebody who's just been constantly on that role. I think Disco has been playing support almost every map in their games, and just not having him around.
I think they have played tank a little bit here and there, but
Disco?
There definitely is. Yeah, I think in their game against Zenshin Tactics, when they on Control, I think he was playing Sigma. He got to play the game too. But there is definitely a clear difference, you know. Like, not that he's bad at tank or anything. No, he's quite good. But again, you're talking about just kind of an average tank player to one of the best supports in this tier. You know. Obviously, there's going to be a little bit of a downgrade there. And that is also implying that Buttweiser and Super Ninja aren't playing in that map, and I mean, we've seen that Buttweiser and Super Ninja, obviously maybe not so much in this game, but so far this season they've been great.
I wonder if we'll see the ball in the corner.
So now here we go, AK Reflex now on the Hog, trying to get those hooks. We are going to see We the Opps actually going up to the high ground. Good ante onto Richard, but he's able to dive onto Skillmatic. This team fight is just already not looking too good, and Buttweiser gonna continue to fly off the map. Very unfortunate there, going for the pin, didn't have anything to stop himself on. Magic Man gonna quickly swap to that Sombra in order to try and deal with this Wrecking Ball, but the payload remains just right outside the beginning here.
We also have Prophetic One onto a Widowmaker, which I do believe is what they initially picked him up for his hit scans.
Yeah, and he has played a little hit scan tonight, playing the McCree there on Blizzard World, so perhaps getting more of the long-range sniper will help, but it's not gonna help against the Wrecking Ball. That's an easy dive for Richard, but Charles is down from Buttweiser. Look at where We the Opps are right now, specifically Deca and Buttweiser. Buttweiser trying to take the 1v1 against AK Reflex, will almost certainly win it, but AK Reflex taking out Deca Goody.
Oh no,
wow,
but
actually is gonna be able to get away. Buttweiser's still in the back lines here. Probably gonna
but
get
where are you going?
By Richard, gets the Discord orb, trying to get away. Somehow stay alive for that line. And Pog just gonna try and pour salt on the wound, takes out Magic Man with the Tac Visor. We know White Walkers, they don't quit until the match is over. They go for the 4-0 victories, and they are continuing to absolutely just dominate We the Opps here right now. They're just getting everything done. Buttweiser.
What?
Getting the shatter onto Charles. That was a solo shatter, and that will just get immediately rezzed back up. Now here we go. Psycho Zordon throwing in the Graviton Surge. Barrage. Apologies. Yeah. That will get a couple. Psycho Zordon coming back in, not even missing a beach. That will just be it. So, here we go. Magic Man does have the EMP ready. That could be their win condition for this next fight with Charles 7 Tank. Able to avoid it for now. Does he want to use the Transcendence? Might not even need to, because Magic Man goes down. And now Deca Goody being forced to use the support ults, but now the picks are slowly going in favor of We the Opps, and it looks like they're finally going to be able to get the cart moving. AK Reflex, though, almost able to take out Deca Goody. And now, both Richard and AK Reflex, the only ones here. They should be able to make it back to their team, however, and we will see the regroup from White Walkers as the payload is approaching the end of point A. you see Magic Man on the Mei, they freeze the Roadhog, and there's the Transcendence coming out from Charles to keep him alive, and it's really only Buttweiser on the point here.
Oh no, but...
And here we go, only 20 seconds left for the Opps. Super Ninja trying to get the pile drive is incredibly low and goes down. Have the Discord Orb from Charles 7 Tang.
And just the mines for good measure, so nobody touches them. Okay.
I mean, Buttweiser looking like he is going to be able to touch here.
No!
Deciding to play it a little more slow to make sure he doesn't get hit by the mines. Kind of cost him there. He could have, I don't know if it was maybe still on cooldown, but he could have charged in and yeah.
The one time that he needed to charge in, he didn't. He just started swinging. Oh my god, this is literally like last game where it was just saying, but what are you doing? But seriously, what are you doing?
Well, we have definitely seen a lot of double full holds though. In fact, US of Chicky, who I believe is currently streaming the game on her channel, shout out to her, make sure to go give her a follow and support the players in your league, but they had a scrim a couple days ago and they actually did get full held by I believe Diving Phoenix, but then they got the fuller hold and were able to win the map, so definitely not completely unheard of to see the fuller hold. I mean, this is definitely one of those maps that you can immediately spawn camp on. There's
what are they doing?
Areas.
You see with the Opps?
Yes, I have. Not sure if I've ever seen the defenders play this far up, and they're trying to take out Richard as soon as he comes out, but obviously as a Wrecking Ball that would be a very tough task, and Prophetic One does go down. And, I mean, we're just seeing We the Opps trying to get this spawn camp, but Psycho's Sword on. Just showing, yeah, no, I'm pretty good at pretty much anything. Can play Pharaoh Sim, Widow, doesn't matter, put me on anything. Yusuf Chicky getting the
okay,
res,
Reflex.
And that will be...
He's just sitting on the payload.
So now here we go, pretty much just one team fight
Ninja.
left.
That was, oh my goodness, I saw that.
There's one team fight left for We the Opps as the payload approaches. Buttweiser going to be the one to contest, trying to swing Deca Goody. Getting the Discord Orb, does have to be careful. Now Super Ninja has Discord Orb and Skillmatic in the backline trying to anti-Pog. He does get it, so Pog does have to back up for the time being, and there we go. We do see We the Opps getting the stabilization there, but Buttweiser trying to continue to go aggressive, does have to be careful, does have the Discord Orb. And Super Ninja able to take down Psycho Zordon, so this will almost certainly be a full reset coming out from White Walkers. Buttweiser trying to maybe stagger, aka Reflex gonna go in for the pin. Oh boy, this is not looking good. And he goes down, so aka Reflex gonna also pop
the whole
hog, take out Super Ninja. This is just not looking good. Mines coming out from Richard. And just free reigns in the back line for both of these flankers.
Oh no!
And Prophetic One.
Prophetic One.
Psycho Zordon stealing aka Pog's kill with the stick on the mine. Super Ninja not able to touch. There's the Transcendence, and that will be the full 4-0 from White Walkers. What a dominant performance from them today, as they will now have sole possession of second place.
And this was a 3K from Psycho Zordon. Just, oh my goodness. Oh, it wasn't even the first one. It's just shut down.
I think still even got one more kill.
No one
Got the assist on top.
No, I guess basically because it was a shutdown, he got it.
So, now it's time for the MVP conversation. And I gotta say, I'm kind of feeling a full sweep from White Walkers here. I think they get all of them. For DPS, I think you almost have to give it to Psycho Zordon. I mean, completely dominating on different heroes on each map. He's dominating on the Pharah, on Busan, dominating on the Sim, on uh, on Volskaya Industries, and then dominating on the Widow there, on Watchpoint Gibraltar.
Even
I feel
Farah
like
as well.
it's
I think you did say
impossible.
Farah, but just yeah, how you saying just that he played all these heroes and he was able to play them so good. But at the same time, I do want to point out Bleem was doing such a good job as Echo, especially copying when he copied the
That
tanks.
is true. God, he did good
But
too.
I'm leaning a lot towards Psycho Zordon, of course. But I
Oh,
do want
they
to shout out
both
how Bleem
deserve
was
it.
doing really good work on as Echo. But
As
like I
for
said,
tank, I mean, both Richard and Musketeer are playing incredibly well. It's kind of a toss-up between those two. I will say, though, on that last map, Richard really dominating on the ball there, getting so many great dives. I am definitely inclined to give it to him, but man, Musketeer played well too.
well, I think too is more that Richard did go ball against Magic on Sombra, and I think even Prophetic One switched to McCree, and he was still able to do a lot of work as him. Like I don't think I ever like really saw him die that much. And even as Reinhardt on map one, he was just as not in a bad way saying like out main tanking, but so I'm more inclined to give it to Richard here. Even though Deer did a lot of he did play really good as Zarya and I think he did play as did he play as Sigma on Blizzard World?
I believe so.
Okay. But I'm leaning more to like I said towards Richard on tank. And what about support? We had Charles, Chicky, and Siptail and Kron, so we had a lot of options there.
We did see White Walkers giving their nominations, Prophetic One and Deca Goody. Obviously, we've already kind of really set our sights on Psycho Zordon or Bleem. So I guess certainly could consider Deca Goody for support MVP, but even still, I mean, pretty much everyone for White Walkers playing incredibly well. Obviously, Charles making some of the biggest splash plays, but I also gotta say, I think we saw really good play from Ziptail as well on those first two maps, and even Yusuf Chiki coming in on those last two maps. I think all the supports played really well today. They were kind of the unsung heroes of White Walkers, keeping these tanks alive in long fights. I mean, it's just tough. It was utter domination from White Walkers, so everyone kind of got a little bit of playtime or got a chance to shine, I should say. So
Yeah. Well, I do think Deca
I,
might have earned a little bit more just because of they played Lucio, they played Moira, they played Mercy, and they had really good rests bringing like I think they brought back Ninja
you're
in Blizzard
right.
World, and Ninja was able to try and stall for just a little bit more and use Gravitic Flux.
Yeah, honestly, I do think Deca did play pretty well as well. Like they were having good rotations with the Lucio. It looked like they were relatively coordinated in that aspect with the Opps. It's just that the execution of the team fights just wasn't quite there. So yeah, I don't know. Are we thinking maybe Psycho Zordon, Richard, and
Richard and
Deca
Deca?
here?
Yeah, I can lean with that.
I think that sounds pretty good actually.
All right,
So
so and
so no, White Walkers won't get the clean sweep here. I think
I mean,
it is kind of unfortunate though, just because they had so many different support players kind of playing. Like they didn't quite get that full game standout that Deca Goody got. But
yeah. Well, if anything else, if I had to give it to White Walkers, I would have said Charles, just because he did end up playing that Zen with the Mercy and to be able to
yeah,
keep everybody up, and his trans were really good. So
They
would have
played a
leaned.
really good BAP on
Oh,
this guy
he
as
did.
well,
Yeah,
getting
he did
opening
kill
picks. Yeah.
Ninja as Zarya, only with as Bab, only with the amplification matrix. So yeah, if I did have to give it to, if we did end up giving it all to White Walkers, I would have gone Charles. So if you want to give, if you want to give an honorable mention to Charles.
We can give an honorable mention to Charles, but I think Dekagudi also deserves the MVP as well. So,
So that'll.
do we know if we're gonna do interviews tonight?
I don't think so. All with the ups left already.
Well, we can.
If you want to get an interview on with White Walkers, we can.
Yeah,
if they want to.
we'll add them really quick.
Yeah, so for anybody, if they've sticking around or not, this does go to a 4-0 for White Walkers. And the MVPs will be Richard, Psycho Zordon, and Deka Goody with an honorable mention to Charles Seven Tang. Don't forget to give him a follow on Instagram. His Instagram is the same thing as his PSN, his Discord name, and everything.
Looks like Charles and Bleem want to come in for the interview, so
yeah, as long
let's
as
go ahead and
as long as
bring 'em
Musketeer and Pog are good with it. Yeah. So let's give him a invite.
Charles and Bleem,
They're
best
in a
caster
group.
duo. They were the casters for the legendary Tier 2 finals last season. Our highest viewed game that we've ever had. That was, and it was a unbelievable game. I mean, 7 maps, all of them incredibly close. Why is Charles inviting me there? Here comes Bleem.
Did Charles invite you?
Yeah.
Hello?
Hey, Bleem.
Hello, Bleem.
How's it going?
He keeps inviting me. What the heck? Did you not invite him?
Charles. There he
Charles?
is.
How is he inviting you if you guys are in a group?
I don't know.
I don't know. He's Charles. I mean, he lives in. Never mind.
He lives in Australia. He has that special Australia privileges to invite people who are in the group.
His whole world's upside down now.
Welcome,
but,
Mr. Charles.
Gamers!
Almost certainly, literally. Hello, Charles. Hello, Bleem. Thank you for joining us.
All
for
the way
another
from Australia.
great video. Yeah, interview. And I gotta say, congrats on a
Why do I
dominant
have
4-0 victory.
Thank you.
My first question is, going into this game against We the Opps, what were you looking for? What were some of the matchups you were anticipating? Some of the strategies you were going for? Goodbye, Charles. So
Yeah, it seems
you can be
Charles
the
left.
one to answer this question.
Sure. So, like,
Okay.
going into, like, this game, like, we knew a lot about Butt and Super Ninja. We knew, like, Butt likes to play pretty aggressive. He likes to pin a lot, and Super Ninja likes to, go on, like, flanks and stuff like that. And those are both, like, decent styles of play, but it's pretty exploitable if they do them at the same time. So, like, we just made a key to, like, say, like, alright, if Butt's overextending while Super Ninja's on at an off angle, we can punish Butt, or we can punish Super Ninja if he's far away from Butt. That type of thing.
Charles, anything to add? You didn't hear the question, but I was basically.
I always
asking
have things
what
to
were you
say.
Looking, what were you looking at for this matchup? Like, what were the matchups you were anticipating? The things you were looking for?
I think not only did we do what Bleem said, we also did what Bleem said, and whatever Bleem said, we did.
Oh my god, Charles.
I agree.
No, but I think we knew that Magic Man played a lot of Junkrat, so we wanted to avoid running through narrow chokes and getting blown up and destroyed. And I think we did a pretty good job of that, especially like Mecha Base, for example, where there are a lot of those narrow chokes. We managed to try to play in the open as much as possible. And then just play our game. Other than that, we try not to completely throw things around. Like, yes, we'll go through the focus targets and priorities and who to go through, but mostly it's just do what we did in scrims. GG's go next.
So my next question is about Musketeer and Richard. We've kind of seen them go back and forth between playing main and off tank. I believe early in the season we kind of saw Musketeer playing the main tank, but now Richard kind of going back to that. So what has that been like? Like, how have you been experimenting with your tank line so far?
Well, a lot of that has been whoever is having like the better day. We'll try to just whoever is feeling hotter, we'll try to move him onto a role where they're going to be able to throw the least possible, because those are both players that need to be hard carried by the rest of us. No, we enjoy Deer on the off tank and Richard on the main tank, because Richard's a bit of a motor mouth and is really good at calling rotations and pathing. And Deer is a little more shy and bashful, but an absolute mechanical warlord. So putting him on like the Zarya and the Sigma absolutely and just have him absolutely destroy the other team's off tank is always fun. So we've settled onto like the Richard main tank, Deer off tank. We've liked that a lot.
Yeah, because Deer's more of like he's more comfortable on like the Zarya and like the Diva and the Sigma than Richard is, just a little bit. And then Richard's just like he plays ball and Deer doesn't play ball. And since ball's just so good right now and we want to play some ball comps, we have Richard on the main tank most of the time.
So my last question, if I can find it, is gonna be about your guys' next game. Maybe you know it off the top of your head.
Oh, we don't do any prep in this on this team. We just show up.
Oh my god.
In scrim chat, I don't know.
Well, I don't care. I'm gonna ask you it anyway. You guys play the Tater Tots next. What are you looking forward to for that game? Looking ahead.
So one thing is that if I'm correct, I think we only have a week to scrim for this, right? Because I think next week is.
Yeah, that is true.
Yeah.
Because
so
this game has been postponed.
Yeah, going into that, like, a little concerned about that, but I think, you know, since we've played together with each other for the most part for a while now, we sort of have a decent understanding, and our starting from zero is a little bit better than some other teams starting from zero. And also, just from like a player standpoint, I'm pretty sure they have like Jagex and Psycho Mantis, right? And so those are both players that I know and I know are pretty good, so I'm watching out for that.
As long as we play Psycho when it's not a Roadhog meta, we'll be okay.
That's what he always tells
Hey man,
us.
you
The hardest I've ever been rolled playing for White Walkers was scrimming against Psycho when he was on Roadhog.
The Giga Hog era, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, no, like Bleem said, looking for the key players, but mostly just get a win and then GG go next. That's the White Walkers way.
Yeah. And you've done a lot of winning here in Overwatch Oasis Tier 3. Still only 2 losses in 2 seasons, continuing to dominate. Those are the 3 main questions that I like to ask. Kitty, do you have any?
That's 100% loss rate. We've lost in 100% of the seasons we've participated in Bleem. That's kind of messed up.
I might have to retire right now.
It's kind of tragic. Damn, Kirby. Roasting us on air like this.
Well, remember, I roasted you guys in the first game when you lost, and I
That's true.
had the stat ready. I was like, hey, they've already lost as many games as they did last year, so...
Yeah, and our map,
obviously
we lost as many maps, too, I think.
You took
said.
that
Oh, true.
heart. You took that to heart, and we're going to be like, okay, this is the only... We're going to do it again. We're only going to have 1 match loss this entire season.
Kirby, I still have the screenshot from the original power ranking. The first one you ever did with us on it.
Oh,
I
no.
don't think I could ever live that one down. I basically like memorized what I wrote for that. I can't remember it off the top of my head right now, but if I looked at it again, I'd have all those memories immediately rush back. It was funny because literally right after that preseason power rankings, I had you guys in first for the rest of the season.
Yeah,
How did that
that's
season
what
end,
we're hoping.
anyways?
Oh my god, Charles.
Okay, we're gonna move on.
I just remember
He
5
definitely
maps.
didn't beat my team in the championship game.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
Oh yeah.
I cannot recall. Cannot recall.
I think the only
Kitty,
question I have is Bleem, we were talking about this a little bit in Blizzard World, but it's kind of a little bit of a half and half serious meme question. You think it's fair that when you play Echo and you copy a tank, you basically are unstoppable for those few seconds, and you were teabagging a lot, dude. Like I caught every second of that. Oh, Korean.
Hey, Corin.
Korean's gonna join us too.
Hello, this is
bye
okay.
Korean.
So, it's one, the teabags, they were a little bit friendly, a little bit toxic, you know, just a little bit of mixture in there. But also, like, I like copy, yeah, I agree that, like, sometimes when I copy tanks, like, it feels wrong at times, but then again, there's other times where, like, I copy tanks, and because, like, I don't play Echo. Like, I'm not super comfortable in Echo. I haven't put in too much time on her yet, so like I can copy a tank and it's just like the wrong time, and so I end up like getting no value. Like I think I did that on the first map where I think I copied Zarya and just got no value out of the copy.
Mhm.
Well, I think that was what initially like led us to that conversation. And I guess I kind of a follow-up question, is that kind of a reason that you've picked up Echo, because it allows you to kind of maybe sneak in some of those heroes you're really, really good at?
Bleem's just trying to BM, dude. Like, don't.
Not really. I mean, I like when I get to copy tanks, but I just play Echo because I just like pressing L2 in the general direction of people and having them just go to half health.
That is true, and Echo is very good at that. So, if we have nothing else to add,
I have a question.
Okay, Charles.
Okay, Charles.
You can become the interviewer now.
Can I ask who the MVPs for the evening were?
Oh, that's a good
yes.
Okay, so Psycho Zordon was the DPS MVP for a great performance on Volskaya and Watchpoint Gibraltar, and Busan too. He was dominant on pretty much every map he played. We gave it to Richard, both of the tanks playing incredibly well tonight, but I think that wrecking ball play on Watchpoint Gibraltar kind of really gave it to him. And then we did give support MVP to Deca Goody. So, apologies, Charles. I know you wanted your fourth.
I do
MVP.
not want it. I do not want it. Don't paint me.
No, yeah,
Kirby, I'm shy and bashful, and I don't like limelight or spotlight, and I'm really relieved you took a load off my shoulders for not giving me MVP. Deca, well played, well deserved.
Charles told me today that he's trying to beat my MVP thing, the amount of MVPs I had last season, so we just gotta make a petition to not let him get any more MVPs.
Well, he did end up getting an honorable mention, so he kind of got like a
okay.
half
Hey!
MVP.
That counts as a half, please. Everything I get is
it doesn't
weighted.
count as a half.
No. Every MVP I get is weighted 1.25 because I'm in Australia.
Oh my
So
god.
if I get 200, if I get MVP even 200 ping, that counts extra. The ones
Charles,
I do have right now are from when I'm in NA, but after this, it's over, dude.
Charles, I think we need to talk about your Australia ping BAP. I don't know.
Bleem, I'm gonna jump into Ilios well, please.
Well, I mean, still, Australian ping Bab, and he still took down Super Ninja with the window, so.
Yeah.
I had a little help.
Charles, you emoted when you were playing BAP, and Deer got really mad at you.
Okay, listen, this is why I emote, and I'm gonna tell you why. First of all, I like swiveling around. I think it's a cool camera angle. It makes me happy. It's really cute. Second of all, I emote a lot on Zen because I have the Tangsung skin, and that's my last name on the back of Zen. Like Tang, that's the shit that's on Zen's back. So like, that's fantastic. That makes me really happy. I emote, turn around, I see my name on there. I'm like, wow, it's like I'm wearing a real jersey.
You emote to see your name?
Yeah.
Interesting.
That's my last name on Zen's back. Look it up, folks. Can't make this up.
Okay,
Okay,
I think that's it for tonight, though.
Gonna be it, yeah.
All right. Thank you guys for casting.
Thank you so much. Don't forget to recycle.
Fun game to watch.
Oh yeah. All right. Goodbye.
Mwah.
Bye, Charles. Alright, so that wraps it up for today. I think tomorrow we'll continue on with Tier 2 games, and just
and I think
keep an eye for
Saturday
those.
we have 2, so still 3 more Tier 2 games to get done with this week, and then we're right back to Tier 3.
Yeah, so thank you for everybody stopping by, and keep an eye out for those, for the live notice and everything.